Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to URKG. This is your latest Real Madrid news and transfer news. And boy, oh boy, we got a massive Real Madrid show for you today. First of all the reports, bro, all the reports over the last few days, they've been telling us that Martin Zubimendi with Real Madrid, there's been a lot of links. And they've been saying Madrid are interested to get Zubimendi this, Zubimendi that, and now we have a very strong response coming from Spain. Real Madrid have reportedly denied any interest in Martin Zubimendi. Look, what does that mean? What does that mean for Real Madrid now? Is this story completely dead, or was Real Madrid ever seriously considering this? Were they considering to sign Zubimendi in the first place? And most importantly, after what Jose Mourinho has now said about Rodri, does Mourinho ever believe that he needed another midfielder? We'll talk about that because Mourinho has given an absolute explosive interview. We're going to discuss every single thing he said in that interview. And he has spoken about Rodri choosing Barcelona. Mourinho did not hold back. He has spoken about Vinicius Jr., the whistles, the Cristiano, the racism, and how Vinicius Jr. was about to leave Real Madrid. There is a lot to discuss. He's spoken about the Negreira case. He has spoken about Kylian Mbappé being absolutely ridiculous in training. He has spoken about Jude Bellingham as well. And Mourinho has ever said that last season wasn't simply down to the managers. He mentioned that people inside Real Madrid also failed big time. He's spoken about that. There's a lot to discuss, chat. There is a lot to discuss. As always, get the likes up, smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get straight into it, bro. Let's get straight into it. Yo, before I even start, big up to everybody in the building. Lembron is in the building. Hannah's in the building. Justin, Amar, I see you there. Mbappe, Jihadi, Ronaldo was the GOAT. Moses, business idea. Who else we have? Justoni, I see you. I see you. Sam, Victor, I see you. Good morning. Ty Sarah's here. JV is here. Fatima's here. Baker's here. Obicho's here. Yo, big up to all of you, man. Big up to all of you. Lift is also here. Look. This news just broke my heart, man. It broke my heart. Breaking news. Let me just read this out and we're going to discuss what's going on here, right? This is what it says. Real Madrid have denied any interest in Martin Zubimendi. This is coming from, according to Marca, and later on has been confirmed by Jose Mourinho. I'm going to show you, right? The club and Jose Mourinho are very satisfied with the business done this summer and consider the transfer window 95% closed. What? Unless something unexpected happens, Real Madrid squad for the new season is practically set. And it also goes on to say this, right? It also goes on to say this, that the transfer window is closed. I like the squad we have, says Jose Mourinho. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. All this discussion. I mean, look. All this talks, all this discussions that we've had about, Zubimendi coming, about Angelo Stiller, about Adam Morton, Keith Smith. You're telling me it's dead in the water? You're telling me that there's no chance now? You're telling me that Madrid have just closed the shop? This is not a good news, chat. This is absolutely not acceptable at all. When Barcelona are adding players like Rodri, we sitting down and doing nothing. I mean, we talked about Rodri. We talked about Adam Morton. We talked about Keith Smith. We talked about several different profiles that we need, that we thought that Mourinho was gonna need. But he came out and said, I don't need anybody. Of course, I expect him to say that, right? Of course, I don't expect him to come out and say, oh, I'm desperate to sign midfielders. Of course, that is the political answer that he's given here. So pretty much saying that, I don't need anybody else. He's saying that. But obviously, I've seen this movie before. I've seen a lot of managers come out and say, yo, I don't need anybody. And then next thing you know, they're signing players. So obviously, in the media, in front of the media, you're going to have to come out and say and deny the situation. Yo, I'm not interested. We're good with the squad. You have to say that. So not so much on Jose Mourinho. I don't care really about what Jose Mourinho said in terms of I don't need any players. What I'm worried about is the rumors. What I'm worried about is, are they going behind the scene? Are they saying that, yo, we don't need any midfielder so that the price down comes a little bit lower and then snoop in and sign a midfielder? That could be possibly the case. One of the reasons could be that, or they really don't want another midfielder, which I hope it's option number one. I don't want this to be option number two, right? So it's scary, chat. It is going to be scary. Yes, we have a good enough squad to compete, but are you confident enough going at Paris Saint-Germain? Are you confident enough going at Bayern Munich with the current team that we have and being able to, neutralize all the situations that is coming your way and being able to compete against the big teams? I'm not quite sure, man. I'm not quite sure. And when you look at the Barcelona lineup and with the Barcelona midfield, when you look at the PSG midfield, when you look at Arsenal's midfield, when you look at all these midfields in big teams, and Manchester United just signed Baleba as well. So, it's going to be complicated, right? It's going to be complicated for Real Madrid to compete with all these giants, right? And the midfield situation, it's concerning me. It is really, really concerning me. And I don't know where we go from here, chat. I don't know where we go from here. I think it's a huge mistake. If the club is saying we don't need anybody else, it's a huge mistake in my opinion. We talked in this show multiple times about what Zubimendi would have given us if we actually go for him. Yes, Arsenal are still saying that he is for sale. They're saying that they're willing to sell, but apparently Madrid is not interested. Apparently Real Madrid are not interested. So that concerns me. That really concerns me. If you're not going to sign a midfielder, go and get me Bastoni. Go and get me a center back, at least, that I can rely on. Right now, I can't rely on all the center backs that we have. So if you're not going to be investing money on the CDM position, okay, go out there right now and get me a center back. That's what we want to see. We want to go get Bastoni, because the center backs that we have now, it's a major problem for Real Madrid. We can't trust anybody. Militao can't stay fit. Asensio's crap. Kanate just joined and he had a horrible, extremely horrible season at Liverpool last year. He's injury prone as well. On top of that, Dean Howson is still improving. He's still not the complete product. Rudiger's getting old. So who are we going to rely on in that center back situation, right? At least if we have somebody that can control the midfield, so we're not going to be attacked that much. But if you're saying that we don't need a midfielder, then go and get a center back. Go and get a center back. If we don't need a midfielder, then go invest that money. I don't want you to save that money and put it in your pocket. We have not invested a lot of money this summer, chat. I know the total balance says over 200 M's. Oh, Real Madrid spent over 200 M's. If you look at the net spent from Real Madrid, it's only 25 M's. It's not even 25 M's. We made over 200 million just selling La Fabrica, just getting rid of players, academy players, right? So technically, Florentino Perez didn't even invest net over 50 M's. So there's still a lot of money there to be spent. What is he doing? If Barcelona are signing players, a Barcelona team that is absolutely broke is spending money, we have to spend money. There is no way around that. And this news right here is just completely ruined us big time. It has ruined us big time. I'm going to get into your comment sections in a second. But what do you feel about this? Is this the right decision? I'm running a poll right now. Do Real Madrid still need to sign another midfielder? Yes, we still need one. Says how many percent? It says 61% says that we still need a midfielder. 12% says if the right player is available. Most of you guys probably don't think that Zubimendi is the right player. Zubimendi should still be signed, 12%. Mourinho has enough as 14%. It's mixed. Even in the chat, it's absolutely mixed. Let me go through some of the comments. What are your thoughts on this? I'm absolutely fuming on this one. Maybe it's a gimmick to sign players silently. Otherwise, another club can spoil everything. I hear you. Lift, I hear you. Tyson says, why, bro, is hating on Vinny? Who's hating on Vinny? Sergio Martínez is about to join Madrid. I covered that yesterday. He's going to be joining the Castilla team. He's not going to be joining the main team, JB. Okay, he won't be joining the main team. If Real Madrid, not possible, we should bring in a center-back, at least, says Jihad. Look, absolutely spot on. That's what we've been saying on this channel for a while. That's what we've been saying, right? Consistently, that's what we've been saying. So, some says, I told you, brother, that Zubimendi is not coming this season. Real Madrid is looking in a good shape. I think we don't need Zubimendi. You don't even think that we need a midfielder. So you're saying that Madrid don't even need a midfielder. You're saying the team is complete? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Because I want to have your understand. I want to understand what you're trying to say. KG Madrid is fine. I read that one already. I read that one. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about this after this, okay? We got to talk about this. I discussed that about him yesterday, but we got to talk about it today as well. Now we need to go for Stiller. They're not going to go for Stiller. Tyser. They are not. If they can't go for Zubimendi, it's clear to me that they're not going to go for any other midfielder. If there was a realistic midfielder that I think Madrid can actually get this summer, it was him. It was him. It was Rodri. It wasn't Rodri. And now I thought it was going to be him. And it's not him. So Angelo Stiller, Adam Morton, all these guys that you're thinking about right now, I highly, highly doubt they are coming to Real Madrid. Bob says, I guess we have to rely on Camavinga again. Yes. So we're going to have to rely on Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Bernardo Silva, and all these guys that we have already. So that's what basically we're getting. That's what we're getting. Sergio Martínez, I'm going to talk about that MMA. What else we have here? Salazar says, did Mourinho said they closed the transfer window? Look, if you're just tuning in, bro, if you're just tuning in, this is what Jose Mourinho had to say, bro. Basically, he said the transfer window is closed. I like the squad we have. So he just confirmed that he likes the squad that we have, bro. I know I'm leaning more towards the other report than Jose Mourinho, because Jose Mourinho could come out and say, I don't need anybody. And then tomorrow he could sign a player. I've seen managers do that. So for me, whatever Jose Mourinho has said, yes, it amplifies the situation, but at the same time, do we really trust him? Even if he wanted to sign a midfielder, do you think he's going to come out and say, I need a midfielder? No, that's just going to jack up the price, right? Whatever midfielder you're looking at, whatever player you're trying to sign, if the manager comes out and say, I need this guy, or I need a midfielder, then it's going to jack up the price of that specific player. So Madrid might be working behind the scene, just like Manchester United did today with Baleba. It's been dead quiet about Baleba and Manchester United. And all of a sudden, they're moving them fast. No rumors, nothing. They jump on it, right? They're about to sign Baleba. So that's what I'm saying. Is Madrid doing the same thing? There's a chance they're doing that, right? Silently moving. On the surface, they act like they don't need anybody. But behind the scene, they're working deals. That could be the case. Look at how we signed Cucurella. Like, we signed Cucurella out of nowhere. Nobody talked about Cucurella. Now, on this channel, not in any channel, there was rumors about Cucurella joining Real Madrid. And then one morning we woke up, here we go, Cucurella. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to stay calm. I know we have to stay calm. We still have a couple of days left, but it's just not good, is it? It's just not good at all. I want Stiller or Zubimendi says AR. That's what I've been saying. Kareem says, which manager have done that? What do you mean, which manager have done that? There's a lot of managers that have done that. A lot of managers have done that, including Jose Mourinho himself at Manchester United. He's done it, right? We're not signing Vitinha that we have to pay much for him. Vitinha is impossible, chat. It's impossible. Mike says it's called rotation option. Arteta lost too many Premier League titles for the lack of good rotation option. He ain't going to let this Spaniard go. Why is it that there's a lot of rumors from England and a lot of rumors in regards to Zubimendi leaving Arsenal because Giménez has joined Arsenal from Newcastle? There's a lot of talks about that. You're going to lose Luis Skelly or Zubimendi. You're going to lose one of them. I'm telling you right now. Are we going to get Sergio Martínez? We're going to talk about it in a moment. I covered that yesterday as well and the day before, but let's see if there's an update on that. We will talk about that. But this news right here just came in and I am absolutely fuming. I am absolutely fuming if you're just tuning in right now. If you're just tuning in right now, basically this is what they're saying. Madrid is satisfied with the team. Mourinho also said Madrid is satisfied with the current team and that there are not going to be more signings at Real Madrid. They consider the transfer window 95% closed. He could be trolling. A big sense he could be trolling. There's a possibility if we get the PSG midfielder next season. Next season, I'm not worried about Rashida. I mean, I'm not worried about next season. I'm worried about this season, right? Forget about next season. We want to consider and talk about this season. Why are we talking about next year? Next year, anything can happen. Mourinho might leave. Mbappé might leave. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen next year? Our problem's going to be different next year, right? We got to focus on this year. Bro is locked in until the transfer happens or transfer window ends. Yes. I am locked in, bro. I am locked in. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's why I believe in. Arsenal saw Nordgaard about to loan out and Nuri so that Zubi could stay. Interesting there from Mike. Interesting. I honestly do believe, though. I honestly do believe he might be going. Just because Madrid is not interested, it doesn't mean Zubi's not leaving. But we don't care about that. That's not our focus, right? Our main focus is Madrid signing players. I don't think we have enough. Some people are saying in the chat we have enough. I know we have Camavinga. I know we have ballers like, Bellingham, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Bernardo Silva, Arda Ibrahim Diaz, and now Thiago Patat, right? But all these guys don't have what Zubimendi has. That's what we've been saying on this show. I don't want to repeat myself, but to spend 60 to 70 would have been the right choice for Florentino Perez. Just go in and get him and maybe loan out Thiago Patat and add some experience and add some body in there. And if right now we're in trouble because if Tchouaméni gets hurt, we're doomed. Who's going to cover that position? Camavinga? Imagine if Tchouaméni gets hurt. We don't have that kind of player in the team. Who's going to be that CDM, bro? Camavinga on his own cannot handle that. So therefore, you're going to rely on Valverde in that position, which Valverde, we know he's not a CDM. Valverde is box to box. Bernardo Silva ain't going to hold down the CDM position. So who's going to be there if Tchouaméni gets hurt? We are under massive pressure, chat. Massive pressure. And people don't understand it. A lot of Madrid fans don't understand the situation. And I don't know. Nobody's complaining about this except us. Because it's a massive, massive thing. It's a massive position that Madrid need to fill in. We should not look at this lightly. We're making a big mistake. I feel like we're making a big mistake, chat. We are making an absolutely big mistake. If somebody gets hurt in that department, we are doomed. So that's my thought. What are your thoughts? Get in the comment section. So we got to move on. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to talk about. Jose Mourinho has done an exclusive interview yesterday. He talked a lot. He talked a lot about the Negreira case, Barcelona, Rodri, VINI. We're going to get into that in a moment now, but I'm absolutely fuming. Get your thoughts in regards to Zubimendi. Let me know, but I'm pissed. I am really, really pissed. Precious says Perez and Mourinho lost their mind. Look, it's not Mourinho losing his mind. Mourinho, I'm telling you, he's protecting his image. He's just going out and saying what he needs to be saying, right? He doesn't want to jack up any price. That's what he's doing. He's not going to get desperate after getting 6 or 7 players. It's up to Florentino Perez to understand what the team needs, right? Vanessa says, let me remind you that on the 27th of August is the Champions League draw. Remember, KG? I know that, bro. I know that we're going to be live for that one. Am I the only one who thinks we need a defender more than a midfielder? No, you're not the only one. In fact, you're not the only one. I also feel that we need a defender. But there's no movement in terms of signing another defender. That's why I'm begging, sign a CDM or a center back. One of them has to happen before the transfer window closes. I don't believe that the transfer window is done. That's the way I look at it, chat. All right, let's move on, though. Let's move on. There's a lot to cover here. This is the first thing, of course, Jose Mourinho has said. Let me get into it. Hold on a second. All right, this is what he had to say, chat. This is what Jose Mourinho had to say. I mean, I'm not going to talk about everything Jose Mourinho has said, but I have picked the essential parts that he has said on El Chiringuito TV. If you haven't seen it, I recommended everybody to watch it yesterday. I watched it, but there was no translation, right? So I didn't really understand most of it. It was in Spanish. So I've got some quotes that we can go over. Right, I've got some quotes which I think are something notable, I would say, and let's go through them. He said a lot. He said a lot, and we also got to talk about Martínez transfer update later on. Okay, Rodri, there was a question about Rodri. He said, yes, I spoke to him a couple of times. Real Madrid made him a very good offer. So this is coming in hot, bro. We made him an offer, and Rodri had doubts. I think the doubts that Rodri had created doubts for me. I think that Real Madrid cannot have players who doubts, but he was very respectful. I mean, this is what he had to say, chat. This is what he had to say in regards to Rodri. I mean, look, I love Jose Mourinho, man. I really do. This is Mourinho for you. This is vintage Jose Mourinho. This is what I love about it. He's not disrespecting Rodri. In fact, Mourinho specifically said, Rodri was actually respectful, but he calls him, look, he said, this is Real Madrid. If Real Madrid call you and your first action is, I'm not sure. Let me think about it. Look, Mourinho's basically saying, if Madrid call you, you pick up and say, when do I start? When do I play? That's what you should be saying. And Rodri from the get-go, this guy Rodri from the get-go had doubts about joining Real Madrid. And right now, when you think about it, maybe it's the right thing. Maybe it's the right thing that he didn't join. Maybe it is the right thing he didn't join. I mean, because if he doesn't want to come to us, if he's not desperate to join us, then why force the situation? It just doesn't make any sense. Let's forget about Zubimendi and focus on Bernardo Silva and Thiago Patacha, Regular, Jude Bellingham, Valverde, and the rest. We should be thinking how to prepare these players. Is that what you're saying? Yep. KJ, are you streaming the Barcelona game? Yes, we will be streaming the Barcelona game. And I thought this was really, really interesting. This is exactly the mentality we want of Real Madrid, right? We have different ambitions, different respect in the team, but Mourinho is laying it down. You've got to be able to come to us. You want to come to us. We cannot beg you. I know Barcelona fans are right now celebrating the fact that Rodri is going there, but we have to respect the situation, right? We have to respect the situation, and the situation is pretty much clear for Real Madrid that Rodri never wanted to come to us. It also says that Rodri is an extraordinary player, but Madrid is a different dimension. Real Madrid cannot have a player who thinks twice. You get the call, you say, where do you want me to sign? Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's how it goes. He also talked about Rodri signing is being promoted as a victory for Barcelona over Real Madrid. And they asked him thoughts about that. He said, victory only happens on the pitch, bro. Victory only happens on the pitch. All these Barcelona fans are excited. They said, yo, we won over Real Madrid, but you haven't won anything yet. Okay, Rodri joined you. I see that Rodri joined you. But if Rodri joins Barcelona and he doesn't win the league, where is the victory in that, bro? If Rodri joined and he doesn't win the Champions League, where's the victory? I mean, if he wins the La Liga, if he wins the Champions League, then you can celebrate. Okay, I hear it. But just because you sign a player that Real Madrid wanted, it doesn't mean you have beaten Real Madrid, bro. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke, bro. It is an absolute joke. He also goes on to say, will you miss, there's a question for him, will you miss Rodri profile in the squad? This is what he said, right? This is what we talk about. This is how this connects with Zubimendi, right? Will you miss Rodri's profile in the squad? And he said, no, we have solutions. We have quality. I have the ability to improve players. The players who's here today might become a different and better players tomorrow. We have a fantastic squad. So again, he confirms that the squad is good enough to compete. The squad is full enough. We don't need Zubimendi. We don't need another players. That's what he's saying. Again, he has to come out and say this. If he doesn't, then it's going to create chaos for the fans. It is going to create chaos for the board and for the president. So obviously, he's going to come out and say, we don't need anybody. We got solutions. He's got to say that. Absolutely, he's got to say that. With Rodri and Barca say bye-bye, says John, I know why Rodri joined Barcelona is because he has a good chemistry with the same Barcelona players and he likes their tactics better, says the SRF. That is a fact. Bellingham's going to 2-foot tackle Rodri in El Clasico. Mbappé, you're crazy. But he also said this. He also said this about Cristiano, chat. He also said this about Cristiano and VINI, right? This is interesting. This is interesting. That was very sensitive for you, wasn't it? That was the question. Was the conversation with Vinny and Cristiano, was this sensitive for you? Mourinho replied, for me, it was very simple. Vinny knows whose side I'm on. He can count on me on his side. Look, I want to talk about this. He said, at time, Cristiano was on my team. I always protected my players. That's not negotiable. There's something to unpack here, chat. There's definitely something to unpack here because we know Jose Mourinho came out and protected Cristiano. We know Jose Mourinho came out and said, you know, why is Vinicius Jr. after scoring a goal like that? Why is he celebrating like that? Why is he antagonizing the fans? So why is he the only one in Spain being racially abused? Why is he the only one? Why is it the same player that being racially abused? He questioned Vinny. He questioned Vinny's integrity. He questioned Vinny's personality when he was at Benfica. But today, he is the manager for Real Madrid. So he can't say that. He's saying Vinny knows whose side I'm on. Vinny knows what side you're on. He knows that you were on his side, bro. And immediately after that, you confirm that you were on the side of Cristiano. Right here. So the statement that he has made conflicts itself. It goes against each other, bro. You were not on Vinny's side, but now you are because you're coaching Vinny. But back then you were not. I lost a little bit of respect for Jose Mourinho last year. I made a video about it. If you haven't watched it, it's on the second channel, URKG Extra. It's still there, so you can check it out. But I was fuming with the way Jose Mourinho handled the whole situation and the Cristiano and the racism. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't fair. And now he comes out and says, I'm on Vinny's side. That's a lie. This is the PR spin I'm talking about. This is the lie I'm talking about. Managers come out and say stuff that they don't actually believe in or that are not true. And I think this is one of them. He was not on Vinny's side. I'm sorry. That is a fact. But he goes on to say this. Is Vinicius protected? No, they don't respect him. You didn't respect him last year. Did you respect Vinicius Jr. last year? Jose Mourinho, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me. We're not stupid, right? We are not stupid. That was not 50 years ago. That was last year. That was 9-10 months ago that you, Jose Mourinho, disrespected Vinicius Jr. And now you're saying they don't respect Vinicius Jr. It's a joke. It's a joke. Why whistle one of the best players in the world from his first touch when he has done nothing to you? Watching him play is a privilege. Okay, watching him play is a privilege for everybody. I believe you. But the whistle and the disrespect, Mourinho, when you were at Benfica, we know what you did. We know what you said, right? So stop lying to us. It's not. Stop lying to us. Stop lying to us. KG Mourinho has already settled that beef for him to say Vinny knows where he stands. Look, just because he said it, it doesn't mean it's settled. Action speaks louder than words. Okay, I could come out and say I got 10 million, but then you got to show me the 10 million, right? You have to show me. You have to prove it. Action. You have to show the action. You can't just talk. Wah. That's not going to prove anything. That is not going to prove anything. The action is going to speak in itself. Vinny's not Cristiano. He's mid, says Abdul. You are Vinny FC, not Real Madrid fan. Look, I'm not Vinny FC, bro. I'm not Vinny FC. Mbappe, I like Kylian Mbappe over Vinicius Jr. I'm not Vinny FC. What is this with Vinny FC and Mbappe FC? Why are we dividing Real Madrid, man? I don't understand. Like, some of these fan base, they try to divide Madrid. Oh, you are Vinny FC. Oh, you are Mbappe FC. Oh, you are Bellingham FC. No, I'm a Real Madrid fan. You understand? Vinny also disrespected Benfica fans and Mourinho with that idiot celebration he did. He can celebrate the way he wants. Craig says Vinny or nobody deserves to be racially abused, but Vinny being disrespected. Otherwise, yeah, I ain't complaining. I ain't even forgiving him for his petulance in El Clasico. I'm not defending him. How many people are on Vinny's side and how many people are actually were on Jose Mourinho's side? Let me just see what the chat is saying. Jose was protecting his players at Benfica, bro. But he did. He was protecting his players. But also, he disrespected Vinny. I didn't think he needed to disrespect Vinny. He disrespected Vinny. He could protect his player without really talking about Vinny. But I think he disrespected Vinny. I can bring out the quotes that what he has said. Why are you defending Vinny then? Look, I'm defending the right thing. I'm not defending Vinny. Yes, in this case, it is Vinicius Jr., but I'm defending the right thing to do here. I'm not defending a specific player. Okay? Everybody's on Vinny's side on the chat. Most of you guys, anyways. Let's move on. Let's move on. There's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about. If you're just tuning in, make sure you get the likes up. Let's get to 100, chat. Let's get to 100. If you haven't smashed it, make sure you're doing that. And this is also what he said about Vinicius Jr. He is in love with Real Madrid, says Jose Mourinho on Vinicius Jr. I told him, Vinny, when do you want to go? You only know, where do you want to go? You only know Real Madrid. When you leave, then you will know what Real Madrid is. Don't go. It's not worth it. And I think I absolutely agree with that statement. Every player that has left Real Madrid has not succeeded as much as they did at Real Madrid. Is that a wrong statement, chat? Look at Cristiano. Cristiano went to Juventus. Yes, he won the Serie A, but didn't win the Champions League. He couldn't do it. He couldn't win the Champions League. Obviously, the team was shit, right? He was winning the Champions League 3 times in a row, and he couldn't do it there. Karim Benzema, okay, he didn't really go to another team that could win the Champions League, but I'm not quite sure Karim Benzema has succeeded after leaving Real Madrid. I mean, Al Hilal, it wasn't really a success. Al Ittihad, he did okay, but Al Hilal, it wasn't great. Anybody that left Real Madrid, Casemiro, was it a successful Casemiro after leaving Real Madrid? Hell no, it's a downhill. He did okay at Manchester United, but it's a downhill, right? As soon as you leave Real Madrid, it is a downhill. You are at the peak of football. As soon as you leave Real Madrid, it's always downhill, right? I could talk about James Rodriguez. I could talk about Isco. I could talk about Ceballos. I could talk about Varane. I could talk about Sergio Ramos, Modric. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Di Maria. I can go on and on and on and on. Mazarazo. All these guys that were succeeding at Real Madrid, as soon as they left Real Madrid, they have declined. They have absolutely declined. Martin Odegaard, he wasn't a Madrid player. Like, did he actually play as a starter for Real Madrid? No, he didn't. I know he made his debut replacing Cristiano, but he wasn't a main player. He was a kid, right? And then we sold him. So that's fine. But I'm talking about a proven player at Real Madrid going somewhere else and succeeding. It's tough. It's tough. I think the best thing we have seen is Cristiano. Cristiano probably done the best thing. At least he went and won the Serie A and then got Juventus in the semifinal, in the Champions League semifinals or quarterfinals. That's what he did. That's the best I have seen, right? Hakimi, okay. Maybe Hakimi. Hakimi, I hear you. Marcelo's another one. But Hakimi might define this comment, right? Hakimi, you're right. Hakimi actually did well. But again, Hakimi was not a main right back at Real Madrid. I don't think he played consecutively for Real Madrid. I don't think he's ever had any success with Real Madrid, right? As a main guy. He became a main guy at Paris Saint-Germain. Madrid got rid of him because they had Carvajal. 90% of the time, Carvajal was playing. And then there was another guy playing ahead of him. I think it was Iramendi. It's not Iramendi. There was another guy in the right back chat. Who was it? Vasquez was playing in the right back. Who else? Somebody was playing in the right back ahead of Hakimi. I forgot his name, bro. Anyways, you get my point. When you leave Real Madrid, you're going to struggle. This is what he said, right? On the Negreira case. Look, Negreira. Jose Mourinho talked about the Negreira case. Negreira, bro. These guys, These guys, when I was here, he said, I could smell something, bro. Something was cooking, something was bad. These guys were paying referees. That's what was happening, bro. That's what was happening. And he spoke about that. I'm glad he spoke about that. Barcelona have succeeded. We succeeded. Jose Mourinho succeeded in that Negreira case, by the way. While that shit was happening, we still managed to win the league on top of Barcelona. A Barcelona team considered one of the best. Plus, they had Negreira in their pockets. They had the referees in their pockets, and they still lost. They had Pep Guardiola in their pocket. They still lost. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what Mourinho has done. Every time I speak about this, everybody asks me, which league is the most that you have enjoyed? And I always say, the one that Mourinho was here. That league win was just incredible. It was incredible. I know we've won the league after that. You know, Zidane has done it 2017 convincingly. Ancelotti has done it twice or three times. We've won the league more times, right, after Mourinho left. But that league was incredible. That was one of the toughest Barcelona side in the history of the game. And plus, they had referees in their pocket, and we still managed to beat them. And that gives me goosebumps, bro. That gives me goosebumps. Fraudiola, bro. Fraudiola. Those guys wanted to rob us. They robbed us. They did rob us, which explains why Real Madrid struggled to win La Liga, by the way. Cristiano only ended up winning La Liga twice in his career at La Liga. At Real Madrid. It explains everything. It explains everything. It's because of these things. He's won more Champions Leagues than La Liga. Look, La Liga is supposed to be easy. La Liga is supposed to be easy. It's like winning the Premier League is easier than winning the Champions League. So when you think about it, there's a reason why we only won the Champions League, La Liga twice in this Negreira case. Because Laporte paying referees, bro. Paying referees. And they need to be put in jail. Whatever they have done, they need to be put in jail. And I can't wait for that to happen, bro. I cannot wait for that to happen. All right, let's move on. He talked about Xavi Alonso. He talked about Arbeloa. This is what he had to say, right? Xavi and Arbeloa paid the price last year, but winning or losing is multifactorial. I don't accept the blame or praise going only to individuals. A lot of people failed, not just the coach or the player. People inside the club failed too. I think it's a good statement, but at the same time, who is he referring to when he's saying that people inside the club? Is he talking about the president? Is he talking about the cleanman? What is he talking about? I haven't understood this. I know he's trying to take pressure off of the managers because now he's going to be a manager now. So he's putting less pressure on himself. He's also taking away pressure from the players as well and saying, yo, you guys did not fail on your own. There's a lot of things that went behind the scene that made you fail. It's not just you failing. He's trying to protect his players. Pretty much, I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't see much into this, but you guys let me know what you think. Rashid says it will not happen. They're going to go to jail. He's just going to offer the police donut and it will be fine. No, they're going to pay the price. They are going to pay the price, bro. They are going to pay the price. He also said this about Jude Bellingham. Robin Schneider, Walter Samuel, and Cambiaso Ronaldo left Real Madrid and won the Champions League. Good point. Robin and Schneider did. Schneider, Samuel, and Cambiaso, they went to Inter Milan, right? Before I talk about Jude Bellingham. Inter Milan won the Champions League with Jose Mourinho. You're right about that. I'm talking about majority of them. Ronaldo left Real Madrid and won the UCL. Ronaldo did not win the UCL. Redondo, you said. You're talking about Redondo. Yeah, there might be a couple of players. Look, you get my point. It might be 2, 3, 4 players. But I'm talking about over 20 players leaving and not winning, right? So I'm talking about percentage. Of course, there's going to be 1 or 2 guys that's going to do well, right? Anyways, let's get back to this. Jude had an incredible World Cup, but Kylian Mbappé made history. Yes, sir. When you work with the best Within the team dynamics, they have to be themselves. We're heading into the right direction. It's not me, the fans, or the president who are excited. It is them. Yeah, it's just some good words about Jude Bellingham. He's impressed with Jude Bellingham, but he's also impressed with Kylian Mbappé. But what does this mean to Arda Güler? He didn't really say anything about Arda Güler, but he talked about Jude Bellingham. So is he saying that Jude Bellingham is going to be the main man now as a 10? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But from what I'm hearing, from all these quotes that I'm listening to, it looks like Mourinho's a fan of Jude Bellingham than Arda Güler. I'm not making speculations. This is just, my gut feeling. I could be wrong, but we'll see. The season is going to start. The season is going to start. We're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out. But it's good to see that he's hyping up, Jude Bellingham. And he also talked about Kylian Mbappé as well. Absolutely cooking. This is what I wanted to bring out. Mbappé, he said he's an incredible player. He makes me laugh in training because he's too good. His level is stratospheric. Look, Kiki's cooking. Kiki's ready to cook. He was supposed to be back. I don't know. Was it August 14 and he came back? He was supposed to come back in August 17. He came back in the 14 earlier than what he's supposed to be and started training. He wanted to be available for the Schalke game. That's what Mourinho has said. So it's exciting, bro. It is absolutely exciting. It is absolutely exciting. Let me see if there's any updates in regards to Sergio Martínez. We might have something going on here. All right, we have it. There you have it. Breaking news. Look, we're going to go back to Jose Mourinho in a second. But breaking news, this just came in. Real Madrid considered Sergio Martínez as a done deal. So, I told you yesterday, man. 2 million, 3 million for this kid is absolutely peanuts. I went ahead and watched his highlight. We did a show before any person. Have you seen anybody made a video about Sergio Martínez except us? I haven't seen it. We did a video like 2-3 days ago, bro. A show. We did that. And today we get the here we go. It's good. It's coming from Romano Alvarez. Look, I trust him. I trust him. Did Fabrizio confirm this, chat? Did he confirm this? Did Fabrizio confirm this, chat? So I don't see anything from Fabrizio yet. Fabrizio did not confirm it, but I don't care. I think this guy is a reliable source that Madrid considers Sergio Martínez as a done deal. It is a good deal. It is absolutely a good deal. I can tell you why, because we talked about this kid. He's only 19. I was looking at his highlights. He's incredible. And I think he's going to join the Castilla team. And it says here, Madrid are working to close the signing of Martínez. He's a midfielder, by the way. If you didn't know what he is, he's a midfielder. I think he's not going to join the main team. I think he's going to join the Castilla team and then probably see how he does in the Castilla team and then maybe get pushed up. Maybe just get pushed up to the main team. But it's good. It's a good news. It is a good news. What are your thoughts on this kid? I specifically told you. I've given everybody in the chat homework in the last episode or last show. I told you guys to go and watch his highlights. This kid is incredible because I have done my homework. I've watched him already, and I think this is a good deal. Yesterday or the day before, we talked about 2 or 3 million buyout clause. Price tag on this dude. It's peanuts. It is absolutely peanuts for Real Madrid. And they're probably going to pay that money now. And it's probably going to be done. It is going to be done. And I'm happy. I think it's a good deal. Thoughts about on this deal? I'm going to go through some of the comments and we're going to go back to Jose Mourinho. Yeah, we have to wrap up. There's a lot to cover. Did you say you gave us homework? Yes, I gave everybody homework, bro. I said, do a research on this dude. I've done my research. I've looked at him because everybody in the chat did not know who this kid is. And I said, do your homework and watch the highlight of this guy. And you will understand why I'm interested in getting him. And finally, Florentino Perez, he must be watching our show. He's signing him. He's signing him, bro. He's signing him. I want Zubi says, aha, we talked about Zubi. If you missed that, you could go back and check out the show. that we did earlier. Of course, we talked about Zubi already. It looks like it's not going to happen. Mike says, are you a subs teacher? Pretty decent says Justin. Calm on the ball, but too young. Too young. That's what I'm saying. He's too young. He's going to join the Castilla side. He's not going to be playing in the main team. Real Madrid players are FC. If big players like Mbappé, Bellingham, and VINI leave, majority of Real Madrid fans will support another club. Not me, Abdul. Not me. Not me. URKG reported it before you, says the SRF. My second channel reported it before my main channel. Okay. Anyways, let's go back. This is good news, chat. This is good news. But I think I was talking about Jose Mourinho talking about, what is it? Kylian Mbappé, and not this. I messed it up now. I messed up all the stuff that I had. Okay. So this is what we talked about Jude Bellingham and how Kylian Mbappé is incredible and how Kylian Mbappé is a professional. He came in early and he's ready. He's ready for the season. All you Kylian Mbappé haters, buckle up your seatbelt. That's all I can tell you. He is going to absolutely cook this year. If you thought Kylian Mbappé cooked last year or the season before, wait until this season. This season, he is going to become a master under Jose Mourinho. I remember when Cristiano joined Real Madrid, he had a really decent season, a couple of years, and I think 1 or 2 years. And then as soon as Jose Mourinho come, he just exploded, bro. Exploded. So I expect the same thing here. I expect Kylian Mbappé to absolutely explode with Jose Mourinho. And let's wait and see. Obviously, let's wait and see. This is what he had to say about what he wants from the players. He said, be here 1 hour before the training, not 5 minutes, eat breakfast properly and go to the gym. I mean, this is good. Try to build a chemistry between the team and try to build a harmony and understanding. It's good. All right, this is what he said. The best compliment you can give Benzema is that Cristiano was in love with him. For Cristiano to be in love with another attacker, it means you have to do a lot for him. Sheesh. Karim does that for every attack that plays around him. He is not selfish. He's a team man, says Jose Mourinho. Look, I don't know if he said this in the new interview, but I don't know if he said this in another interview, but this is classic, man. This is absolutely classic. I mean, this combination was insane. These two duels were absolutely incredible, chat. They were absolutely incredible. And I don't think we will ever see that kind of combination. I mean, VINI and Mbappé, you might argue, but those two are not the same as, Cristiano and Karim Benzema. Because Mbappé is not Karim Benzema. Mbappé is selfish. He wants to score. And then VINI also is not CR7. So they're not really the same, right? Are they really the same? They're not really the same. But I have a lot of respect, bro. I have a massive, massive respect for for Karim Benzema, what he has done. Of course, we got to respect it. We have to respect it. He also talked about the black eye. If you haven't seen, Jose Mourinho did show up with a black eye in the preseason game, right? In the preseason game. And this question is a joke, bro. This is a joke question. This is what J. Pedro has said. You have a black eye. We're Tchouaméni and Valverde fighting again, and you got in the middle. Woo! That's a nice joke. That is a nice joke, bro. Imagine Mourinho getting in the middle of Tchouaméni and Valverde, bro. Oh my God. This guy is crazy. This guy is crazy. I swear he's crazy. He said, no, a poor kid, Lacosta, hit me with a ball while I was wearing glasses, but that is not why he wasn't in the squad last match. Look, he didn't even put him in the squad. I think he put him in the squad because of that. But he's coming out and saying that's not the reason why he's not in the squad. He hit you, Lacosta. Does anybody know this guy or this kid? I think we've seen it before, chat. I think we've seen it before. I can't even find him on Google, bro. Anyways, it's funny. I just thought that we need to talk about that because it was funny. It was funny. But there you have it. I mean, that's most of it, chat. That's most of it. We covered most of it. We talked about most of the stuff that Mourinho has said. A lot of interesting things that he has said. He's given us perspective in terms of who he likes, who he doesn't like. He talked about Jude Bellingham. He talked about Mourinho. He talked about the standards at Real Madrid, how the standards needs to be up, and how eating together and, you know, building that chemistry is how important it is. He talked about that. But overall, look, it was an exciting, I would say it was an entertaining interview. I went through all the comments. These are the comments that I thought we should bring in, but it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But get your comments in before we wrap up. Mourinho will deliver a Champions League and La Liga double this season. Don't be surprised if he pulls off a treble. Let's go, baby. I'm ready for it. I thought Chouameni did a kung fu kick on Mourinho. Says Mbappé. Manchester United and Real Madrid are finished. History FC. Look, who do you support, Abdul? All your comments are negative, so I'm just trying to understand who you support. I want Mourinho to finally win the Champions League with us. That's something that I really, really want to see. I felt a lot of pain, you know, when Jose Mourinho lost that game against Bayern Munich. That was a painful watch. And he really, really deserved the Champions League with Real Madrid. He didn't get it. He got us prepared. He got us close to the line, and Carlo Ancelotti took the glory. But I thought it was a Jose Mourinho team really that pushed at a higher level and it got us close. But he never got the credit for it because Ancelotti did. So for that reason, this season probably, if you ask me, what do you want to win? I would say the Champions League. If you ask Jose Mourinho right now, what trophy do you want to win? He's definitely going to tell you the UCL. I think I've read that one already. When was the last time Mourinho won the UCL with Madrid? He never won the UCL with Madrid, right? He never did. KG, I'm sure we have not been able to get a proper Toni Kroos replacement, says Sandeep. Sandeep, I've been telling you, man. I've been telling you. I talked about why this team needs to go for a midfielder. I talked about why Madrid should go after Zubimendi. And apparently now the news are saying the deal is off. There's no interest from Real Madrid on Zubimendi. They don't want to sign Zubimendi, so it's not good. Mourinho will be a success despite having the players who don't want to name. I hope Jose benches his ass and give the boy a lesson. I know you're talking about VINI. We got to get the Champions League back to the Bernabéu. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer La Liga or the Champions League, chat? Which trophy do you prefer if you were to get one? When was Mourinho last won the Champions League? Inter Milan, right? That was in 2010. Barcelona's not winning the Champions League. KG, do you think Barcelona win the Champions League? Never 50 years. They're not going to win. Abdul, they're not going to win the Champions League. I know a lot of you guys are saying UCL. Of course, everybody is down with the Champions League, man. Everybody is down with the Champions League. Of course, we all excited for the Champions League. That's what we want, chat. That's exactly what we want. I don't give a damn about La Liga if you give me the UCL. But if we can't win the UCL, we have to. We have to win La Liga. That's the way I see it. Caleb, I remember you. NX says both. Yeah, both as easy as said and done, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. The 16 is coming. Somebody says Copa del Rey. Look, Messi's not here, man. Messi is the GOAT of Copa del Rey. We don't give a damn about Copa del Rey, mate. I'm just telling you. Barcelona 3P La Liga, the whole world humiliation, says Abdul. They're not going to 3P. I do believe that we're going to win La Liga this season. I feel like we're definitely gonna win La Liga this year, bro. I feel like that. I wonder how Barcelona fans feel when Rodri plays 5 games and go back to his favorite vacation. Are we okay with the defense, Sandeep? No, we're not. We're not. I spoke about it already. The team needs Bastoni. We've got to go out and get Bastoni. We've got to go out and get another center back. That's just the way I feel about it. Don't forget that it was Mourinho who signed Modric. That lethal counter-attacking we had under Carlo was built by Mourinho. Jose left the blueprint for the La Decima and the 3P. Exactly what I said. You put it in one context. What would you rather lose to Barcelona in La Liga 5-1 or lose to Barcelona in the Champions League final 7-1? 5-1. Are you crazy? Are you finished? You are finished if Barcelona win the 3P in La Liga. They're not going to do it, and we're not finished. Champions League is far better than if Barcelona don't win 3P La Liga. Again, Justin is absolutely spot on. I'm just worried about our center backs situation. I am worried about the center back situation as well, chat. I am worried about the center back situation. And look, who should we sign if it's not Bastoni? I know we haven't talked a lot about the center back situation in terms of signing another center back. Yes, we discussed about Bastoni, but is there any other center back that Madrid could actually go for, a cheaper route that is going to help us out? Let me know. Let me know. NX says, come on, guys, we need all the cups, the Copa del Rey, the Spanish, the Super Cup, La Liga, the Champions League. Chat, by the way, yo, today we have a watch along, right? We have a watch along. We're going to hate watch Barcelona today, okay? We are going to hate watch Barcelona. That game is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're probably going to be live 30 minutes before the game or something like that. And we will be watching that game today, okay? So make sure you join us for that. We'll see how good Barcelona is. I know it's a friendly. I know it's a preseason, but is Rodri going to play that game now? Is Yamal going to return? We're going to hate watch them. Who cares? We are going to hate watch Barcelona later on today. And yeah. And at night, as usual, 5 p.m., we're probably going to go live as well to do another show. And tomorrow, I don't think we got anything except for the daily shows. Yeah, Madrid is playing on Saturday. So preview's going to come out. Preview's definitely going to come out for that game, for the Espanyol game. But yo, if y'all haven't seen what is it? If you haven't seen the Belabor video that we have done, it is on the second channel, okay? If you don't know about the second channel, let me just put the links in the chat right now. URKG Extra. I know some of you guys were has been asking me about that, but so let me just put it in. This is our second channel, okay, chat? This is the second channel. Make sure you go some love. We're nearly at 22, right? At 22K. Show some support, and also check out the video for Belabor as well, right? But big up to every single one of you. Are you Speed's uncle? No, I'm not. Would you take Lisandro Martínez for Real Madrid? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. But he's injury prone. I definitely would, but he's injury prone, right? Maybe Laporte calls our second center back choice. Shorter back is injured. Yeah, he's injured. Laporte is a good option, though. Laporte is a good option. Anyways, chat. Nice, though. I'll see you guys later on today for the Barcelona one. I'm going to schedule the stream right now, okay? I'm going to schedule the stream right now. But big up to every single one of you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Big up to all of you. Let me know in the comments all the topics that we have covered. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about Zubimendi deal being off. Your thoughts about the new signing that Madrid has just made. Your thoughts about Jose Mourinho comments. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later on today. I'm out. Peace.